Emma was not the kind of girl people noticed first. Her wardrobe consisted mostly of thrift store flannel shirts, jeans with faded knees, and a single pair of Converse sneakers she had bought on sale 3 years ago. She worked evenings at the campus coffee shop, The Bean, studied chemistry, and slept exactly 6 hours a night because otherwise she would never keep her scholarship. Liam entered her life by accident, like an expensive car parking illegally in a fire zone. He was handsome with that lazy, spoiled kind of beauty that required zero effort. His father owned half the skyscrapers in the city and had just bought the university a new business school building. Liam wore designer hoodies as if they were disposable, drove a black Porsche, and had never held anything heavier than a credit card. He only walked into the library because he had been kicked out of the elite gym for hogging a machine to take selfies. Their first conversation lasted less than a minute. Liam sat at her table because every other seat was taken. Emma, without looking up from her organic chemistry textbook, muttered something about her will to live and buried her face back in her notes. He tried to buy her energy drink. She refused. He dropped his name, expecting the usual reaction. She asked if he had discovered carbon. Liam laughed, genuinely, for the first time in a long time, without his usual bored smirk. Emma didn't even notice his laugh. She was memorizing aromatic compound reactions. Chloe had been waiting for Liam for 3 years. They had attended the same private high school, then the same university, and all that time Chloe had been building a perfect fence around him, made of designer handbags, flawless manicures, and the right social connections. She was a blonde with cold gray eyes who only smiled when a photographer raised a camera. In her mind, Liam was a trophy. Not a person, but the final level in a game called The Perfect Life. She didn't notice that he had been looking right through her for 2 years. She believed that if she laughed loud enough at his fraternity parties and picked the right filters for their joint photos, he would one day wake up and realize she was the only one good enough for him. So when Chloe saw Liam sitting on the grass next to some girl in dirty sneakers, listening to her explain something about moles and molar mass, something inside her broke. Not her heart. No. Her sense of ownership. Emma never sought Liam's attention. She genuinely considered him a nuisance. He interrupted her study sessions, ordered black coffee at her shop, and tried to pay with $100 bills she couldn't break. He left notes in her laundry machine, on expensive stationery, asking her to teach him something real. Emma tore up those notes and threw them in the trash, but not before reading each one twice. Their first real date happened at the campus observatory. Liam waited by the railing, looking at the stars, and for the first time in his life he felt not like the owner of the world, but like a boy afraid that a girl might not show up. Emma came, with her textbook under her arm and flour still on her cheek because she had forgotten to wash it off after her shift. She told him that to her, he was nothing. Just a guy who didn't know how to do his own laundry. Liam asked her to teach him laundry. And then chemistry. It was so stupid and so honest that Emma smiled, not into the void, but at another person, for the first time in a long time. Chloe filmed them from behind the trees. Her fingers did not shake. Her eyes did not glisten with tears. She carefully chose an angle where Emma looked clumsy and dirty, and Liam looked too interested, too close. Chloe knew that one photo was enough to start a rumor: the scholarship girl is hunting his father's money. She sent the picture to the sorority group chat with the caption, "Does anyone know this creature?" In student life, as in chemistry, there are irreversible reactions. Emma thought she was choosing between textbooks and feelings. Liam thought he was choosing between boredom and something real. Chloe had already made the choice for all 3 of them. She pressed send and smiled, genuinely, for the first time that day, because destroying someone was her true talent. Emma knew nothing about any of this. She sat in the observatory, looked at the stars, and for the first time in 3 years, she did not feel like a plain girl. And that was a mistake. Because in a world ruled by money and rumors, plainness is the most dangerous luxury of all.